Why am I not losing weight even though I am within my calories? Good morning. If you're coming in, give me a hello. If you are on replay, drop a replay below. So a few reasons why. Number one could be that when we looked into this, we were adding in calories to eat from the calories we burned. So say you went for a walk, you did a workout and you burned 300 calories, you would add them in. Now, that might seem fine, but it does add in a few issues with errors over time. And you don't really know where you stand. And sometimes the relationship with exercise and calories can be, I better burn that off, and we're kind of always chasing that. But also, there might be some error with regards to how many calories you burn and how many calories you can eat. For example, if you do a workout that you always do, and you burn 300 calories on day one, morning shower, and you repeat that workout on day, 50, you would argue that you are fitter, you're stronger at that time, your cardiovascular health might be better, therefore you might get the same workout in with your heart rate not going as high. You might have felt like you've worked as hard, but your recovery might be better, etc. Your muscles might be a bit stronger, and therefore you actually burn fewer calories because you are more efficient. It might sound odd, but you're more efficient with this. So by being more efficient, you actually burn fewer calories because you are fitter. And this is something that we can almost get around by just going, right, let's look at this calorie range, if you are tracking calories, or whatever it is you're doing, whether it's carb portions, whatever you're tracking, points, whatever. Let's have a look at this. Then let's have a look quite clearly what happens when you eat between this range over 2 to 4 weeks of being consistent within that range. And if that range needs to go up for you to be consistent, fine. It's about collecting data and seeing what you can actually stick to, because sometimes not sticking to it is the issue, because we never get enough data to know what's working, what's not. So my first one would be not to add in. A lot of apps will do it. They'll try and add it back in, try and turn that off, or just ignore it and stick to the amount that you're going to go for on there. That'll be my first one. Number two, within this as well, when you look at calories burned as well, you've also got something called the thermic effect of eating. And that's the calories you burn through digestion and absorption. Like digestion burns calories, right? Chewing, stomach, intestines, all of this has a digestive process. And if you look at foods, very simple foods like sweets, it's no wonder they're very Moorish, not among many reasons, but one of them, you can get energy very quickly from them. Minimal digestion, minimal calories burned to get them. You compare that to protein or vegetables, and it's totally different. Now, how you make this practical is thinking, am I eating quite a lot of processed food? Although I wouldn't always say this, it's something to consider, because, of course, sometimes you're going to have to grab a sandwich, you're going to have to grab a whatever, and crisps and a chocolate bar, whatever. And if you're within your calories, that's fine. Most of the time you will be fine with that. But then if you're struggling to stick to it because you're hungry and you say things like, I could never eat any fewer calories than what I'm eating now, I'd starve. We can start to look at the volume of food. For example, you could do even a protein bar. Protein bars are fine, by the way, but they're not that filling, considering, if you compare it to 200 calories of, say, a chicken salad, right? So you could have a sandwich, bag of crisps, and a protein bar, and that's pretty good, if I'm honest. But if you are always hungry after that, it's like, imagine if you change that to a salad, some chicken, some feta, a piece of fruit or whatever. The volume of food would be like that. 1, you eat with your eyes, you're like, wow, I've eaten a lot. 2, it takes you longer to eat. 3, you've got loads of fiber in there, which burns calories digestion, but also keeps you fuller for longer. Same with protein, the thermic effect of eating protein. You burn to digest and burn about 20% of the calories consumed. So that's quite high. You compare that to fat, only about 1 to 3% of the calories that you consume are burned through the digestion. So protein does give you that advantage with that. So that's the second one with the thermic effect. Number 3, you're within your calories, but you're not losing weight, is the exercise side of things. Going back to this, but are you doing too much or too little? And by too much and too little, I mean, maybe we're not moving enough throughout the day. Movement is so key. Speaking about water retention yesterday as well. Movement, getting movement, like sporadic, every hour, every half an hour, just even if we stand up, just to create that movement. Number 2 is, are we actually working too hard? I know that sounds odd, but we're working too hard and then not getting the daily movement in because of that. We're working so hard in a workout that we're then not doing any steps. We're then not training consistently enough. Whereas maybe we'd be better off training at 80% but getting 3 workouts rather than 1 workout but then not doing anything. You know, making other people walk the dog, getting the lift instead of the stairs, not going for that evening walk. Now, they start to add up, and maybe we overestimate how many calories we burn. So, a few things to consider on there. Hope that helps. Any questions, let me know. Morning sessions now, Chippenham, Devizes, Marlborough, and all from home. So I'll see you soon. Enjoy the rain, stay safe, drink your water, eat your protein, and I'll see you